Welcome back, everyone. I've just been doing a teensy-weensy bit of work with this. Crafted up some more parts, namely a couple of interfaces and storage buses. Actually pretty much had the resources for it, which is pretty unusual. But I've got a storage bus from the existing network on an interface from the new network, essentially allowing me to access the stuff on this network. Because it's fairly small, it's the equivalent of having the storage bus be to the main net. Essentially saving some channels, really. I guess I could just put that on the store this same drawer controller, but this is fine. It's also pretty fun. So what I'm gonna do is use what I've got, my existing network, to craft up some industrial alloy. Instead of doing the industrial alloy on the subnet, the main net now contains the biodiesel. I might change it later, but this will be fine for now. So what I can do is use an interface. Well, I need to get power too. And my power situation is pretty abysmal right now. I can actually use, I'll just use this full cell for now. Yeah, it's pretty rough. So if I do, let's see, if I put this here, and then this here, I can say this guy is going to be in and out from the back, auto in, auto out. And then I'm going to say, I think it was this, like so. Put these, actually, and then I'm going to put these in here. Kind of arbitrary amounts, so I'll just set them all to 10. Now, I did notice this will just grab everything, which is kind of a pain, but I guess that's fine. And I'm pretty sure I can do, I think it's right-click. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So it'll just shoot the industrial alloy right back into the network. And just like that, we've got it sorted. So we are auto-crafting industrial alloy, or on passive, I guess. We're gonna need more leaded concrete, which means we need more concrete. I think we're maxed out, yeah, 16. So for this, we need more sand. So all we have to do here is just drop the sand in here, and we're good to go. We're gonna have to add some lead to this, but that's fine, obviously. Now, the one thing that's kind of a pain is that this is kind of a little bit stupid, and it'll just fill it with any amount of everything we have. So I can probably just turn off auto input if I want to kind of keep this stuff in my network. And then when I'm ready, I can just say go, basically. There we go, 80 industrial alloy. That is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna need it for my need copper too. This is gonna be used for radiator blocks. It's almost 1-to-1 here, but so that is gonna be 2, which is 6. So we need another 3. And there we go. That is if we use the water gems. So this is, do we have water crystals? We do. I guess we can start with these. And then I'm gonna need a diamond for the last one. Oh no, I need an inert. We got this set up for. Actually, do we have the gem one? Here we go. So these will all get upgraded in one shot, so we really don't need to worry about really anything. Except the fact that I already moved this, apparently. I was doing something with the earth. Oh, that's right. I was boosting my crops. Can't remember if I showed this or not, but I just have pretty much just like a burner set up here. And I made a bunch of drenched iron too. Go me. So I was actually pretty short on that. So I made the growth shrine. Like I said, can't remember if I actually showed that or not. And I just have it temporarily set up here. The logical thing to do would be to move the source, but I'm still kind of waiting so I don't burn the durability on that, which is probably stupid, but you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, this is just a small container, so it's not full. It's going to take quite a while for it to fill up. But we can start in the meantime, just doing a little bit of crafting here. I really hope to have this like properly automated eventually. At this point, it's just a matter of really just moving these. I wonder if I shouldn't just give people like a more durability one so that it's less of a decision. Because right now, I'm kind of waiting until I can build like a room, which might not be the smartest thing, just to wait for basically no reason. So, I'm going to craft this up, and I'll be back. I really need to set up the brick chain. I've got a lot of iron. Yes, I do. This is a lot. 4x is a lot, turns out. I feel like 4x is typically like the highest you end up with on most unchanged packs. Like Mechanism 4x is basically like the highest you end up getting. Mechanism 5x on average is not worth the trouble unless you've got like a need for it. Like I think in E2E you needed to get the shards for something or other. Like I think it was a crafting table, I want to say. But yeah. So I might just lower the amount of multiplication you get, like especially from the get-go. We'll see. We'll see. Again, this is supposed to be kind of like you need to use a bajillion resources, but I'm pretty sure I'm doing a bad job of it because I am too nice and I'm not like, hey, well, by the way, that's gonna take you like a million iron. Like everything takes blocks. Have fun with that. Just I don't know. One of the water gems turned into a pristine, so I guess I'll just, you know, use the pristine. Well, this is interesting. I'm basically going to need the loot fabricator in order to get the generator block, because blazing capacitors need molten cores, and also blaze quartz, which is blazing blood in nether quartz. So that feels kind of weird. That and this basically effectively requires the loot fabricator. Like, I kind of want to be able to craft it before you have access to the arc furnace. So that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I wonder if it wouldn't be better to do, like, maybe a secondary recipe for the molten core. Let's see what else we got. Ender core, molten core. Heart. Zombie heart. Alright, so we've got an in-between recipe here. The molten core can now be crafted like this. And then it can also be melted down into blazing blood. So this recipe will stick around, but this one will be temporary because you're just going to switch to this. I think technically speaking, I could get that. Actually, that's not true because I can't craft the loot fabricator just yet. And this is 4K anyway. Yeah, so I definitely want to be able to craft this first. Now, I don't know if I think I've got... I think I can just craft these manipulation essence. So that I can get each type of sapling. So that'll be next. And then craft the awakening tablet, which I think I have everything, yeah, except those. So I need a couple of manipulation essence. And then I can craft... I actually might want to craft up a handful, because that's pretty good rate. Because I think blazing pyrotheum requires the mixer. I might just mark that down. Pyrotheum, where are you? I'm pretty sure... Is blazing... Don't tell me blazing blood. Our blazing redstone is... Okay, that's just a mixer recipe. Alright, it has been a minute for me recording, as well as the episodes. I think it's been over a week. Hopefully this episode I can just finish today. I've kind of just manually been making these bricks for now. I mostly because I haven't had the time to set it up properly. But yeah, my goal here is to make enough steel. Well, I'm just gonna make a bunch of steel. But I'm going to grab the steel with my reservoir and then put it in a fluid cell over there, like I did with the ender ingots. Yeah. Really getting up there in the... Yeah, it should be fine. Alright, let's watch this get some steel here. So once we start getting steel, we should be good to go. There we go. Perfect. So this is 4 stacks of iron. And I think, yeah, it's 4 charcoal to 1 steel. So it's a pretty bad ratio in the smeltery. However, charcoal is free, so, you know, there's really no reason not to use it. It's like the one thing we have a jillion of. There's the first few blocks. There we go, the arc furnace. I want to say it might be a little bit taller than that. Yes, it is. Alright, let's hope we have everything. I guess that's it. I think you whack that, and we're good to go. Awesome. Now, I don't have the good electrodes. So there's those. But we can officially make titanium now. I've only got a tiny bit of titanium. I think it's in... Yeah, the end, which... Yeah, I don't know. Now that I've got access to the arc furnace, I can officially get the ME drive, which should increase my storage by a tremendous amount. Should also allow me to finally come up with recipes for these. I've been putting this off for the longest time. I'll probably want recipes that kind of incentivize you to have some of these on passive. It does already say, hey, you want a logic processor, so you should have at least this kind of on passive. But at this point, you could get the inscriber fairly easily. Anyway, I'm just grabbing some metals to cook here. I think I've got enough iron for now. Actually, I probably don't. I'll probably double the iron. This is aluminum, I think. Grab some aluminum. Yeah, so I'll run it through the ore processing. Yeah, so I'll probably do most of the uranium doubled. Get it like a barrel. Gonna need a bigger battery. All right, my source, or sorry, my nature's aura is completely gone, and I hope that means, I hope that doesn't mean my tree farm is gonna start not growing, because that would be kind of awkward. So I might have to do a secondary aura generation. Yeah. I think I need to set up the brick chain before I go much farther. But I have just set up, once I can get through my own base here, I've just set up this kind of pseudo-temporary setup here for Vinsite. Huh. Device offline. I must be out of channels. Was working. Actually, I bet I'm out of power. Yep. I think I just need to grab some charcoal. Unless it's just taking more power than it can produce. That would be awkward. Oh no, this is online. Yeah, I got charcoal. What's the deal here? I'm guessing this is 16, yeah. So I'm guessing it's a channel issue. That's online. Online. Oh, wait. Oh, I know what the issue is. I know what the issue is. This is draining all my power. Oh, wow, that takes durability quick, too. I need power. Because, yeah, this is on the subnet right now. So that miner, puts the ores here. And then, yeah, we have power now. So this should extract. And then the same deal here, this storage bus on the interface. There we go. Puts the stuff in the main network digitally, not physically. And then it drops it here, the Vinsite, as you can see. We'll just do one for fun. And then it stores here, storage buses up to here, and then stores here, gets sorted. So this unlocks, well, it's more copper, arcanite, and then these are the ones we were after here, cobalt and titanium. So these are not automatically being processed right now. In other words, they're not being refined. Sorry. They are being processed, but this is refining. Multiplying is refining. We still don't have a ton of aura. I'm probably going to need another generator because I'm guessing the trees will grow slower once the aura is low. So it's going to be a negative feedback loop instead of a positive loop. But I'm processing a ton of this stuff. Thankfully, this is quite easy to keep up. Yeah, 38K, 3.8K. And yeah, there's some titanium. Now, the only downside is, like I said, we're running out of power. So, because the only thing we're making power is this one right here, which is only 241 energy, which is pretty bad. Once I get access to the diesel generator, we'll have a lot more power, but we won't have enough biofuel to sustain it properly, which is a bit of a downer. Because, yeah, we're just now capped on ethanol, which is made in the fermenter. And you can see here it's still quite low. So I'm going to have to set up this or make this bigger. Or probably both. In order to properly do what I need to do. I think I'm going to just craft up a drive, though. So I have some titanium. Looks like exactly enough for one casing. And then I need a bunch of hepatizen, which is this recipe. So copper, we're going to do just a stack. Cobalt, and then quartz. which is going to be 2 stacks. We do not have 2 stacks, so we'll actually do half. And I believe, because this is a tier 2 alloy, yes, so we can do it in the smeltery. Now the question is, can I melt down cobalt? Okay. There we go. We are cooking up some hepatizen. Now I was looking at stuff. I can't even remember what I was looking at, but something needs diamonds. Well, everything's going to need diamonds eventually. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, so these engineering processes require diamonds. We can get that from potentium dust. Which comes from just crushing any tier potentium. Which you shouldn't do this. This is just a waste. But yeah, I mean, you shouldn't process it and then just crush it. That's just a waste of time. All right, we are cooking with hepatizen. So I think we need the plates. So we'll actually make the plates. Just to save on a little bit of time. I just noticed those Constantin gears in there. We'll be able to make some more light engineering blocks with these. All right, so there's titanium casing. I don't know if we have the engineering processors. We do, sweet. We're just gonna make 1 drive for now because it's so efficient. We need 4 hepatizing platings, which is gonna be 16. We're making the amount of copper, which is 32, so we can make enough for 2. Sweet. I'm not sure why the release isn't working properly. I mean, I know what the issue is, but I don't know why. The problem is that CurseForge is trying to export the mods themselves rather than the download link. So what's happening is it's trying to export the entire mod, which it's not allowed to do. Like if a mod exists on CurseForge, it needs to be downloaded from CurseForge essentially, unless it's a pre-approved mod. Like I think Applied Energistics Unofficial was an approved mod before it became like an actual legit mod. I think that's one of the mods. Anyway, so it basically thinks the mods aren't on CurseForge, and it's like, yeah, so like I can't deal with that. And then when you upload the pack, it's like, hey, these mods are on CurseForge, so it's all confused. Now, technically speaking, there is a way, a very annoying way, to basically to manually update the manifest so it can manually like check that the mods exist. And as you can imagine, that is very obnoxious to deal with. You basically have to like open up each mod's individual page, get the ID for the download, the latest version, and then like the mod ID itself, and then yeah, it just keeps going. It's a pain. And I would have to do that for about 10 or so mods, and I'm basically just kind of waiting until CurseForge straightens itself out, which I believe is actually not that far-fetched. They're usually pretty good about fixing stuff. However, it's been quite a while, and it's still having the same issue, so yeah, I'm not really sure exactly what's going to end up happening. But, that being said, I need to make some Certus quartz. So in other words, I don't know how long it's going to be before this version is uploaded, which I don't think is the worst thing in the world. I don't think very many people are playing the pack right now. I could be wrong. But yeah, so kind of just waiting until Curse fixes their stuff. All right, so for this electrum, I'm gonna need to saw it down. I think I've got, whoops. Oh, I'm gonna die. I didn't think that thing would do so much damage. But yeah, I need to saw it down into sheets. There we go. That is not what I needed to do. I think these are useful though. Maybe. Hopefully. I guess I can just melt it down. Oof. That was inefficient. So I got a block, and now I have 6 ingots. I just lost 3 ingots. Nail. Okay. Gonna use them there. Cool, 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 cool. So I do have more electrum. I need to actually, yeah. I need to cook it. So let's go cook it. This one block has been bothering me. Like, if you go in it from here, like, see how you can see that? See how you can see that one block be different? I don't know if you can, like, the quality and stuff. But then when you get closer, it's, like, completely invisible. Turns out it's a drawer. It's been a drawer this whole time. I don't have any bricks to replace it with. Anyway, so there's the electrum and the energetic blend. Sweet. I forget if you can use custom costs. Like, does this have a custom cost? No, it's just 500. Man, that durability is dropping quick, too. I mean, it's just coke, but still. Well, if I just have cables all over my everything. Part of the atmosphere. My base is so atmospheric. Alright, so we are out of channels, but I think technically that's fine because we can just remove one of these storage buses and reuse it. Okay, there's the drive. We've got the energetic alloy, so we're going to turn that into a block, and then we're going to need to sheet metal this. So, sheet metal. The most efficient way to get sheet metal, if I'm not mistaken, is the sawmill. So this gives you, like, it's a 2-to-1. This is, what would that be? So you get slightly more efficient, not quite. Anyway, storage components. Oh yeah, the quartz. I guess we're gonna have to wait for like an hour because the crystallizer is not set up for water right now. I guess it wouldn't be that hard to change it. It would be seriously easy. All I would have to do is replace this fluid duct. Oh no, I wouldn't even have to do that. I would just have to say, hey. Alright, I'm gonna get a few of these cooking. Hopefully this isn't a problem, because they're partially grown. It's a problem. Nice, nice. There's so much automation that I need to actually set up. I think the very next thing I'm going to do, now that I have drives, is going to be to set up the brick chain. I think that is going to be the best thing to do, because... yeah, and then I can honestly start taking down some of this stuff. Like, what do I not need? I mean, technically, I kind of do need the millstone, or the crusher still, because I don't need the alloy. Oh no, I use that too, don't I? But I have this crusher, but it's pretty much always being used. I guess it's really not anymore. But yeah. So I've got 3 of the different alloys here. Or the compound ores. We're getting stuff at a pretty good rate, I would say. It would have been nice if this was not copper based. Like the first tier of Vincite is copper, and then Arcanite, both of which we have. That's iron and Arcanite, and that's copper and zinc. But the cobalt and titanium is really what we're after. Potentium would be very nice. Once we have access to mithril and rune and gold, which we're going to need. Yeah, crystal. What do we get access to next? Lumps? Yeah. Cool. I kind of want to have like a place where I build my The brick chain, maybe over here. Just because it's kind of open. I also do need to make another... This vein was actually almost used up, but I need to make another drill. Because I'll probably end up getting densite. I'd like potentium, to be honest. Mostly for the diamonds. I wonder if I shouldn't do... Yeah, I think... Yeah, because you can do that. This feels... Now that I look at it, I wonder if this isn't... Where are you? If this isn't too good of a recipe. Because that's literally 1-to-1. Like, and you get like 15,000 per vein. So like in theory, you could get like as many diamonds as you want with no real cost. I also need to set up sifting and balance it too. I don't actually want these to be, I think I've said this, but I don't want them to be on every single, yeah, I don't want to be able to get every single type of compound ore, or I should say these three, because the other ones come from netherite, from either the same material, which I'm leaning towards, or the same mesh, which I might make a custom mesh that's like you can get every type of deal, like a later in progression one, because I think you can do that. I decided to start work on making these crystal growth accelerators while I wait for these crystals to grow, because oh my gosh. I'm gonna make 5. I've got 4 in the quest, but I want to say that the one in the bottom, I can't remember if it does anything or not. These are actually useful later on though. So, oh wait a second, I'm gonna straight up make this. Oh well, I'll do that then. Although now that I think about it, that should probably take crystal growth core. What is this used for? Flux aggregated. That takes a molecular assembler. Titanium frame box. Flux aggregator is quite a bit more. Oh, interesting. So I think I'm just gonna make another one of these. And I'm going to make the crystal growth chamber require the crystal growth core. And then I'm going to make the flux aggregator require the crystal growth chamber. And then I'm also going to make the crystal growth chamber probably require some sort of casing or something. All right, I think that looks pretty good. So the crystal growth chamber moves in progression to titanium, which is where I'm at. And then the flux aggregator doesn't actually move, although I think it should. So I think we'll do, I'd like to make the flux aggregator, I kind of want to do more processors. I think that'd be fun. The flux logic unit, what is this used for? Pretty much everything. So I think I'll make this be a probably pneumatic craft circuit type recipe. So I'll do like an unfinished flux logic unit, or unprogrammed maybe. So there we go, unfinished logic units. And then these require the laser assembly to finish. And yeah, easy peasy. So I crafted up digital storage. I've got a couple 1K drives and got the arc furnace. Got another compound ore. And yeah, not bad progress. So that's gonna be it for this episode. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one.